intercept. Because these FST SSC does not have right to seize the item, so they will only intercept the item. So once the data is intercepted by the FST SSC team in the mobile app, so the same data entry will be reflected in the district nodal officers and other stakeholder as well. Uh, we also send the notification we also send the notification to all the district nodal which is mapped for that particular assembly constituency. So maybe one district maybe have 7 ACs. So all the if we onboard like seven district nodal officers or any other FST, so whatever they do the data entry through mobile app, all the data will be also visible to the district nodal officers, and then district nodal officers will be able to seize that item once the FSTs hand over the intercepted item to district nodal officers. So that is called intercepted seizure. So which means the item is intercepted by the FST team, but the same item can be seized by the district nodal officers, which is called intercepted seizure. So in case of district nodal, they will not do the data entry, which is intercepted by the FSC team. The data will automatically visible to the district nodal, and then they just need to click the seize button. And the partially release option is also there, which I am going to explain in the next few slides.
Are you taking any questions, sir?
Just let me cover this slide, then I will ask for the questions.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And the last item, the last word is a suo motu seizure, which means all the district nodal officers or state nodal officers has right, like they can also do the suo motu seizure. So if they found some illegal cash movement or freebies distribution or any other precious metal distribution, in that case they data entry for suo motu seizure. So I think somebody was asking the question. Please let me know what is the question.
Sir, from Sikkim, sir.
So sorry to interject, sir.
Sikkim,
Many
sir.
of our officers are not able to log into the meeting, sir. If an additional link can be provided, it will be useful.
One question from Sikkim, sir.
The screen is also
Yeah, Sikkim, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, sir, when the FST, SST they intercept, sir. So if they intercept and there is, they have to keep it physically with them, or they have to take it physically to the nodal officer, or will the nodal officer arrive at the scene, sir?
So actually, it works both ways. So sometimes FSC intercepts something and then they call the district nodal officers like they have intercepted something. So sometimes FSC team can also approach the district nodal officers, or maybe district nodal officer can, because we send a notification to all the district nodal officers. So the concerned district nodal can also contact the FST team, because FST team has to hand over the item to the district nodal office, then only they can seize the item. Because if they seize the item without handing over the items, then they will face problem. Because the district nodal officer can seize the item once the item is handed over by the FST to the district nodal officers.
Okay, sir. So if
apart from this, like we are also showing both the contact details. Like flying squad team, which is intercepting the item, the mobile number is visible on all the district nodal of the app, so they can also immediately call them.
Sir,
I answer the question.
yes, sir. And one more related to that, sir. Sir, if the FST or the flying squad, they have the cache, are they supposed to fill one document or just take in the cache and wait for the seizure memo, issue from the?
They just need to do the data entry in the mobile app. That's it.
So there is no any physical in that, sir.
No physical.
Okay, thank you, sir.
That's why we developed this app, because when the FST SSC deployed in the field, then it's very hard to do the data entry entry through laptop or fill the physical form. So they can simply open this app and they can hardly we are taking 4 5 field in the mobile app. So they can simply do the data entry in the mobile app and the data will be visible to all the district nodal officers. Apart from that, I said we also send the SMS notification to all the district nodals. Uh, should I move next?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So these are the agencies we have already on board. You can see State Police Department, Income Tax, State Excise, Central Goods and Services, State Goods and Services Tax, Direct Revenue Intelligence, Director of Enforcement, ED, Narcotics, Border Security, BSF, then SSB, Seamal, Indo-Tibbal, Central Industrial, Assam Rifles, Indian Coastal Guard, Railway Protection Force, Department of Post, Forest Department, Airport Authority, AAI, State Civil and Aviation, and the Bureau of Civil. Apart from this, we also like option any other agency. So if any of the agency you feel like you want to onboard, which is not part of the list, you can also onboard by selecting any other agency. So part of this ESMS application, there are two components. First is the web portal, which is cvigil.eci.gov.in. And the other is the mobile app, which is available in the Android as well as the iOS. And user can download this from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. So this web dashboard, we have not created a separate domain or separate application. We all ESMS related activity or all the modules we have integrated in the existing cVIGIL portal. So these are the two major components. So web application will be used for all user onboarding like state nodal officer, district nodal officer, FST, SST, and DLBC, and the banks. So I would explain the use case of the banks, why we are onboarding DLBC and banks, so that I will cover later presentation. Apart from this, like to download all the PDF, all the reports. See, earlier we were using this B7 form to send the data to the commission. So, using this application, that form B7 will be auto-generated through this application. Only by just clicking a minimum one click, you will be able to see get complete data of the same format as B7. So that's the beauty of this application. No manual, intervention required. No need to aggregate the data. No need to do any calculation like capture the data from district and calculate, sum and then present someone. No action required. No manual intervention required. It will automatically generate report at each level. DO will be able to generate export the report for his district, his or her district. In the same way, CO will be also able to generate the report in the PDF format. Excel, we also provided a few Excel downloads, so you can also explore that. So data entry by the district nodal for respective agency and issue cash transfer the letter, the QR code. So the other use case I was referring for the purpose of onboarding DLBC district level bank coordinator banks. So during the model code of conduct, if there is any cash movement, like for example, if the cash is from one main bank branch to the ATM or any other sub branch, if there is any cash movement, maybe one cash is transferred from one main branch to the sub branch or any ATM, in that case banks can generate a receipt, and then the receipt which also consists of the QR code, so that receipt can be handed over to the vehicle driver, and in case of any FST or district nodal intercept that vehicle, so that person can show that QR code based receipt, and using this mobile app, that QR code receipt can be scanned, and the data will be visible to the mobile screen to the FST, SST or the district nodal. So in that case, if they found the legal document with this QR code receipt generated by the bank, in that case FST or district nodal will release the item, and then they can let that person to go. If they do not found any legal document, then of course they can intercept that cash. So that is the use case which I am going to cover in the next few slides. So the other mobile app, the second component, we are using mobile app for the again available in both Android and iOS. So with this we are using for the data entry and also show some limited analytics. So I use the word limited, which means so FST will be able to see the data which is entered by them. However, the district nodal will be like district nodal will be able to see the state for their district.
ആവശ്യമുള്ള പൈസ ചെലവില്ല
Digital Land Survey Office. Thank you.
So I am again repeating the web application which is called cVIGIL.eci.gov will be used for all user onboarding and to extract the report. However, the mobile app will be used for data entry or for all the district nodal who are deployed in the field, and same for the flying squad team as well as the SST teams. Now see who can access what. So ESMS mobile app can be accessed by the state nodal officer, district nodal officer, FS and SST team. However, the cVIGIL portal can be accessed by the CO, DO, DLPC and banks and the state nodal officer and the district nodal officer. So here only the cVIGIL portal cannot be accessed by the FST and SST team, and the rest of the stakeholders can access the portal. Because FSC SST team is deployed in the field, so it's very cumbersome to use a laptop or to access this web portal. Now let's try to understand what is the process of data entry for intercept and the CIGIL. I am saying first of all, if FST SST they have to log in the mobile app, then only they can do any data entry in the mobile app. To log in, their account has to be onboarded, their account has to be set up by the, in case of FST and SST, their account should be set up by the DOs. However, for the case of district nodal officers, their account has to be set up by the state nodal officers. So once their account is set up, they can download this app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. They can install it on their mobile phone, and then they can log in using the mobile number which is registered on this cVIGIL portal. So after login, the FST and SST team, they can basically do the data entry for interception, and once the data is intercepted in the mobile app, data will be reflected on the mobile app of the district nodal officers which belong to that particular assembly constituency. So let's say if 25 district nodal officers from different agencies has been onboarded in the districts, so they will all get the notification, and the district nodal officer will be able to seize the item once the FST or SST team hand over the intercepted item to the district nodal officer. So that is the process for interception data entry. So I just got the message from few of the CEO office like users are not able to connect in the Google Meet, as I think the limit exceed because 500 users are already connected in this Google Meet. So I would request like we will set up a separate meeting for all those who are not able to join later this week. So I request only 500 who have already joined, please continue with the presentation, and rest may we will communicate all these CEO office. So we will set up a separate meeting, and with so that all other rest of the like users can also join. So please don't worry, the person who are not able to connect in this meeting, we will arrange a separate meeting for them. So please convey the message to all the participants who is trying to connect on this Google Meet. Because I can see like lots of people are trying to connect, but system is not allowing them. Okay, so now let me explain the process of intercepting and the seizure. So once the data is entered by the FST SSD team in the mobile app, the data will be reflected in the mobile app of district nodal officers. Parallelly, the same time we also send a notification through SMS. So once the item is entered and the flying squad team handed over to the intercepted item to a district nodal officer, then district nodal officer can take a decision. Take a decision means there might be some possibilities. Example, if the intercepted item let the person has a valid document, in that case, district nodal officers can release the full amount, or maybe the full intercepted item, freebies or liquor or any other item. But if the person does not have any, valid document, in that case, the whole amount, like whole item, can be intercepted and can be seized by the district nodal officers. So that is the process of interception and seizure. So seizure entry will be, so once the data like district nodal sees that item through mobile app, the same status will be reflected in the all the portal. All the stakeholder will be able to see the stats for the same data entry. So that is how interception and seizure works. If you have any question, please let me know. Otherwise, I will jump on to the next slide.
Sir,
Yeah.
so what will be the role of state nodal officer in like intercepted seizure?
Okay. So, based on my observation, my experience in the last 5 state election, normally state nodal officers monitor and they basically monitor the report for all the districts for that particular state. They do not participate to data entry for any state node like any interception or seizure or maybe suo moto seizure. Their role is only user onboarding, district nodal officers, and they just keep a vigil of monitoring all the seizure entries. So basically, they don't participate any data entry part because they are a higher authority. So they keep only monitoring in their states. I
So one more question, sir. So if FST team encounters 20 lakh rupees, are they supposed to count it with hand or they will be provided with machines?
I request please mute who is not speaking. Yeah, please come again.
So if like FST or SST team encounters 20 lakh rupees cash,
From your end, I think
they 20 lakh rupees cash, are they supposed to count it
has
by hand or they will be provided with some counting machines? It is like it will take a lot amount to count 20 lakh rupees, no, sir.
sir, can you please come again?
You will be provided counting machine.
I missed the last sentence.
This was a question raised by ROs in meeting, sir.
Please come again.
So if FST team encounters suppose 20 lakh rupees,
Okay.
then are they supposed to count it with their hand or they will be provided with counting machines? This was a question raised by like field team, sir, RO team, that team, sir. World
So, if they want to the data entry, in that case, they have to enter in case of case, they have to enter the amount in the mobile app. So, they have to basically count through machine or manually. That has to be that's actually administrative call. You may discuss with DO. So, if required, you may arrange the counting machines for them.
Okay, sir. So, sir, last question, sir. So,
Ji.
DO account will be same for ESMS and cVIGIL, sir. DO account.
Exactly. So DO, see, that is the purpose of using the same cVIGIL portal because CO and DO account is already created in the cVIGIL portal. So no need to create a separate DO account for this ESMS. The same account will be used for both cVIGIL and ESMS. So if you, as a DO, if you log in the portal, cVIGIL portal, you will see two menu, one for the cVIGIL and other for the season management system.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Then moving to the next slide. So this is a suo moto or called agency season. In that case, district nodal officer will have to log in through their registered mobile number and the OTP, and they can do the suo moto season data entry, and the same will be reflected in the state nodal officers and as well as portal. season data. The case like in case like any district nodal to the suo motu season. So that is the use case. Now let's talk about what the responsibility of CO office. CO, as I already explained, like CO office has to onboard all the state nodal officers for each respective agencies. They have to create DO account as a part of cVIGIL, so no need to create separate account for DOs. Verified DO account if already exists, because we are not deleting, we are pre-populating from the last election. So if you feel like if any DO has been transferred or their mobile number has been changed, in that case you can update the number, or you request us to clean all the data, then you can start afresh. Then CL are report to the ECI. So CO, like in the CO login, you will see the complete B7 format. Report is ready to download in the PDF format. CO office can download and they can hand over to the ECI expenditure division. So that is the CO office responsibility. Now let's talk about your responsibility on board FST SST team for each AC for ESMS. So here again I am repeating, FST SST team is separate for cVIGIL and separate for ESMS. In case of cVIGIL, there are two member teams for cVIGIL. One is the magistrate and the other is the inspector. However, in case of ESMS team, there will be single member team, and you have to set up account for one person, which will be act as a FST or SST team for ESMS. In case if the same FST is deployed as a part of cVIGIL and the ESMS, then of course you have to set up two accounts, one in the cVIGIL and one for the ESMS. Apart from this, like DO also onboard district level bank coordinator. So basically हर district level पे आपको एक bank coordinator होते हैं who basically onboard all the banks for that particular districts. State nodal officer responsibility, they onboard district nodal officers each district for their respective states. So now here, if let's say CO office onboard one income tax state nodal, so that state nodal will be able to log in the cVIGIL portal, and then they will be able to set up account for all the districts for income tax, not for other agencies. Please note that. So state nodal of income tax will be able to onboard all district nodal of income tax, not for the excise or any other agency. State nodal officers can also review dashboard or web application using this URL cvigil.eci.gov.in, and ESMS app to the data entry for seize and interception. But based on my experience, state nodal officer do not do any data entry for like any interception or seizure. Now let's talk about district nodal officer responsibility. Download, install ESMS app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Use as SMS app to do the data entry for seizure or intercepted. Search intercepted entry done by the FST SST team. So each interception entry or any data entry done for the seizure has a unique code, which is visible in the mobile app, ESMS mobile app. So if FST team do some interception entry, so that FST team can explain share that unique number to the district nodal. So district nodal can also search, and then they can take action like seize. View analytics for their district in app. So, we are also showing limited analytics in the mobile app itself for all the district nodal officer as well as the flying squad teams. Agency user on board, ये बहुत ही simple, very we have kept it very simple. So CO office will onboard state nodal officer. State nodal will be able to avail for the district nodal officers as a part of cVIGIL. CO also like already onboard all the DO, and DO also onboard FST and SST team for both cVIGIL and ESMS. DO will also onboard DLBC district level bank coordinator, and DLBC will further onboard banks. So that is the user onboarding simple process. So we are capturing where minimum failed for all the user account setup. For example, for state nodal, we are asking name of the nodal officer, agency name, state, mobile number, and email ID. Similarly, for user district nodal officer, we are asking only for district nodal officer, agency name, district, multiple selection, mobile number, and email.
Sir, we have lost the PPT, sir. Somebody else is projecting, sir.
आप एक बार अनशेयर करके दोबारा
Is it visual? Is it visual now? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, for case of onboarding district nodal, we are capturing name of the nodal officer, agency name, district nodal, multiple selection, mobile number, email. So, why we have kept it multiple selection? Because in some cases we observe like one AC also lie in the two districts, or maybe one PC lie in the two particular districts. In that case, if one person is looking of two districts, maybe one AC is mapped with the two districts. In that case, you can select multiple districts. In that case, the person like district nodal will be able to seize for both the districts, like both the all the ACs which lie in both the districts. So this is the advantage of a multiple selection. User onboarding FST by the DO. We need these minimum four field: name of the FST, AC name, mobile number, and email. So for all user onboarding, we have kept it very bare minimum fields, which is required in the system. Similarly, for DLBC, we need employee name, bank name, mobile number, and email ID. Now, let me explain the other use case, which is cash transfer use case. So once the election is announced, model code of conduct is enforced in all the states. Uh, so all the banks are onboarded by the district level bank coordinator. All the banks can use this cVIGIL portal and they can log in through the registered mobile number and OTP, and then they can generate the receipt for all the cash movement. So basically, they have to provide some details for any all the report like this receipt generation. So there are a few minimum fields, and then FST, SST, or district nodal, state nodal may scan the QR code, and then they can validate the transfer. So in the mobile itself, हमने एक QR code scan का process we have enabled the feature using the mobile app. You can scan that QR code, and once you scan, enter the vehicle number. All the details of the cash movement will be visible on your mobile app. So that is the advantage of this QR code based receipt. So during any field deployment, any FST or district nodal found any suspiciously cash movement, and they can act accordingly. So this app is again available. Portal web application is available cvigil.eci.corporated, and the mobile app is available on Google Play Store as App Store. You can also scan the QR code to download and install the apps. So this is the role and permission table, basically grid. So you can see, I have already covered this. User onboarding will be done by all the COs. Edit approval, I will explain what is the like feature we have given in this edit approval and the view report. So CO can also download and view the reports for all the districts. Apart from this, we are also given a report for agency-wise report. DO will be able to onboard all the FST and DLBC, and they can also view the district-wise report. State nodal officer can user onboard all the district nodal officers, and the intercept, they can also do the intercept season, Suomoto season, and they can also view the reports. District nodal officers can only intercept seize and the Suomoto season. And the FST can only do the data entry for interception, and the district level bank coordinator can only onboard banks. And the banks can log in, then they can generate the receipt. So these are the access right permission we have given in the system for ESMS users. So this is the rule for system. So FST or SST district nodal may edit their record on the same time. So this is very critical slides. Please go through very carefully here. So whatever the data entry done by any of the user, maybe the FST, SST team or district nodal officers, they can modify the data entry, because we all are a human being. There might be some typo or there some any other mistakes. In that case, they can correct that mistakes on the same day. That means if you do the data entry on 14th of Feb, they will be able to modify the data till 12 a.m. 14th Feb. And once the date change, like 15th Feb, they will not be able to do any modification in that data. However, if they still want to modify, they have to raise a request to CO office, and CO office may approve the request. If CO office approve the request, then only they will be able to modify the data through mobile app. So here, this is a very, very critical, because in the past election, I have observed many users were complaining from Chhattisgarh or any other states, Rajasthan, like they did a wrong entry and they want to correct it. So that's why we have given this feature for the same day. But if you still want to, like next day, if you want to modify the data, you have to raise a request to CO office, and once CO office approve that, then the user will be able to modify the data. And the third point is, during interception season, user may not increase the quantity. So here the point is, if let's say FSC team intercept 2 lakh cash and they hand over to the district nodal of income tax. So income tax district nodal may fully release the amount. In that case, they can set the amount to zero, or maybe they can partially release. They can say 1 lakh I will seize and 1 lakh I will release. So maybe the person from this interception is done, so they might have a valid document for 1 lakh and they have a legal document. They do not have any document, or they have a like illegal cash. In that case, that 1 lakh cash can be seized. So the here partially release option is also given. So here, like, amount cannot be decreased, like it cannot be increased, but it can be decreased. However, based on the feedback received from the last 5 poll going stage, we got the request like there should be option to increase the quantity as amount as well. So we are in discussion. We have requested commission to approve this request. So once it is approved, then we also provide option to increase the estimated quantity and amount. So app, we have keep this app very, very user friendly, very, very simple, very handy. In the last 5 elections, nobody has complained anything from this mobile app, because we keep it very simple. Mobile login is a very mobile number. You just need to enter the mobile number and OTP, and you will be in the system. So 4-digit OTP will come to the mobile on your mobile, and you can enter. So the first is screen in the home screen. So you can see some analytics, like the bar chart. You can see the analytics for the FST SST. The second entry, in the first screen, you can see 2 icons in the below the circle. The first is for the QR code scan, and the other is a plus icon. Plus icon will be used for data entry for the interception. So once you click on the plus icon, you will see the second screen, and here you have to select the election type and election date, like April, May, or maybe 2023. Then you have to type the name of the person from whom you have intercepted the amount. So then you have to select the interception date. So please note, you can select the previous date also. So no need, like maybe you have done the interception 1 day before or maybe 2 days before. So data can be entered in the app itself. You can select the previous date as well. Then we have a plus icon, add. If you click on add, then you will see a pop-up in the third screen. Here you have to select the intercepted item and the quantity and estimated amount. So in case it will ask only amount. However, for other item like precious metal or liquor or bricks, it will ask the quantity in respective unit. For example, in case of liquor, it will ask for the liter. In case of drugs, it will ask for the grams. So that's how it works. So once you fill up, apart from this, we also added two more field is FIR registered. So you can simply say yes or no and the summary of the seizure. Here we are also adding one more field, one for label. Is this interception is referred through cVIGIL? So there might be some case, somebody register a case in the cVIGIL, and the interception is done through flying squad team. So we are giving a reference here, just a yes or no. So we are adding that field also. So in the third pop-up, you can select the quantity and amount, and you can add. So in one entry, you can add multiple entries. So in one record, you can say I intercepted cash, I intercepted precious metal, I intercepted liquor, I intercepted drugs. So maybe four items has been intercepted from one person. here I would suggest, I would recommend here, if the quantity or amount is less, maybe 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, then you can add all five items in one record. But if the quantity is like intercepted quantity like liquor or gas is too high, in that maybe more than 10 lakh, in that case please do a separate entry for each item. So that is my recommendation, because in that case multiple district nodal officer will be involved. For example, in case of gas, income tax officer will come. In case of liquor, excise department will come. In case of drugs, narcotics will come. So that's how work works. So please note, if interceptor or seized amount is high, so do the separate entry even if you intercept the same item from one person. So this is the interception flow. So you will see like in the first screen we have entered two items, gas and liquor, and this is intercepted from one person. So you have to just put a summary and FIR against a yes or no, and then we show the preview. And then second screen you can see the preview, and once you click on submit, the item will the user will go to the list view. For the list view on the third screen, you will observe we are generating a unique number for all interception or seizure, which is visible in the bar. So this is the unique number. If case of interception, we use IIS, and the state code also S24, and the AC number is also there. Then a unique number followed by for all the digits. So you will also the third list view, you can also see the edit. Edit option will come if the the data entry on the same day. So this will be user will be able to modify this data on the same day till 12 a.m. midnight. Even the next day, there's an option also come request to audit to C office. In that case, you can raise the request to C office, and then you can. So this is the season flow is also same. So once the interception data entry is done by the FSTSSC team, the data will be visible in the this district nodal officer, and they just need to click on seize button, and the pop-up will like the next screen. You will see the complete detail of the intercepted item, and then you can take a decision. The pencil icon shows like you can also modify the data like estimated quantity or the amount. So pencil will come for all the item which is interception done by the FSTSSC team. And once you click on the yellow seize item, so the item will be seized. So there's a pop-up, confirmation pop-up will come up, and then you will see a seizure on the list view on the district nodal officer. So this is simple seizure. So this is the update criteria I have explained. So I will discuss. So this is QR code. These are the minimum field which all the banks has to fill in the system while generating any QR code receipt. First is the vehicle number, then from date to valid till date. So if there is a cash movement, start from the 1st of January till 2nd of January. In that case, you have to select the from date, valid till date, driver name, driver identification, contact person, mobile number, amount, source, location, destination location. So these are the minimum field you have to enter, so that person can, using the QR code, using this mobile app, district nodal or FSC tab, in validate the data. So this is the QR code based receipt which can be handed over to the vehicle driver, the person who is carrying the vehicle of the gas. Then. So there's a QR code. This QR code can be scanned through mobile app, that is SMS. So if you scan, if you click on the first yellow, the first screen you can see on the bottom, first yellow icon in the round circle, the first is the scan QR code. Just if you click on that icon, you will see a pop-up, and in the pop-up you have to enter the vehicle number. And then the details of the QR code based receipt will be visible on your mobile app.
5 minutes.
Other screens are also visible, like profile, and the search option is also given, date wise, and the item wise filter is also different. These reports are available for all these stakeholders dashboard, CO login, DO login, state nodal offices. So you can explore in the dashboard while logging. So this is the I was talking about B7 report, which is automatically generated by simply clicking on the menu. You can see like all agency data is visible like seizure data for all suo moto or intercepted seizure. So this report can be automatically generated through any of the stakeholder by any of the stakeholder through cVIGIL portal. So this is the past election like data. We received more than 2015 crore the last 5 election, which is sevenfold increase. So apart from this, like we were able to onboard like agency Caesar, we got 1 lakh record, more than 1 lakh, and we were able to onboard more than 18,000 bank in the last 5 election. And QR code has been generated more than 1 lakh 38,000 in last 5 elections. So that's the stats. So now I will cover the cVIGIL if Saurabh allowed me. Should I continue?
Yes.
Because time is already over.
We'll adjust the PBMS.
Okay. Any question on the ESMS part? If you have any question on the ESMS mobile app,
Didn't catch that.
so I'm assuming there is no question from anyone. So I'm moving ahead with the cVIGIL app presentation.
District nodal officer means only one person, sir, for regarding banks, one nodal officer, or income tax nodal officer, like for agents, one nodal officer.
Please repeat your question. Your voice is a little loud. Can you please speak a bit loud?
Sir, district nodal officer means only one person, sir. Otherwise, for agency, for income tax, related to one person, banks, one person, like that, sir.
District nodal officer will be one person from each agency. So maybe there's a one district nodal for income tax, one in district nodal from excise department, one district nodal from any other agency.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Apart from this, you can create multiple district nodal of same agency as well. So we have keep it very flexible. You can create multiple state nodal for each agency and same for the district nodal. Next, please.
Sir, DLBC is creating nodal officers for banks. Is it branch-wise or a single bank, one login?
So, see, as I said, we have to keep a system very flexible. You can create multiple DLBC as well, and these DLBC will be able to onboard all the banks for that particular districts. So, non-main branch, they will onboard all the banks who are interested to onboard.
It's not branch-wise.
No, branch also can be on board. All the banks, all the branch, all the sub branch, all the head branch can be onboarded in the system.
Okay.
So if cash movement is only happen from main branch, then you can only onboard main branch. But if any cash movement also done from other sub branch, then you can also onboard sub branch. It depends on the requirement. So if the cash movement is only from the head branch of the any central bank or Canara Bank or any government bank, in that case you only onboard only those branches from this cash movement will happen.
Sir, FST is cash the cash. Then cash,
Not cash. They have to scan the QR code based receipt, which I just explained. You can see in this PPT. This is the format of this QR code based receipt, which bank will generate, and this receipt bank will hand over to the driver of this vehicle who is carrying the cash. Does I answer your question?
yes, sir. QR code.
QR code can be scanned by mobile app. There is an option in the ESMS mobile app. Tap. Let me show you. So in the first screen, you can see on the bottom there are two circles in the yellow. The first circle scan like QR code is there. If you click on that, the pop-up will appear. You have to enter the vehicle number, and the next screen you will see the details of all the cash movement, which is entered by the bank.
Oh, okay, sir. That means
Okay.
once he has intercepted, he will give the vehicle number. He will
No, no,
scan
no.
QR code in
No, I think
the.
no, no. Sorry. I think you are mixing two things. Please note, interception and seizure is a separate use case, and this cash movement is a separate use case. Please do not mix it. Interception means FST will intercept one vehicle where they found illegal cash or precious metal or drugs or maybe liquor or any other freebies. In that case, if the person vehicle driver do not have any valid document, in that case, FST, SST can intercept that item or they can hand over to the district nodal officers so they can seize it. But the other use case I am explaining this bank. If any cash movement from any one bank head branch to the ATM or any other sub branch, in that case, bank can generate this receipt and then they can hand over to the vehicle driver. Vehicle driver, if any FSC team intercept this vehicle, then vehicle driver present this QR code based receipt to FSC SST team or district nodal. District nodal using this mobile app, they will scan the QR code and then they can validate the cash movement. If this is a valid cash movement from any bank, then they will allow to go. If they do not found any this QR code based receipt generated by any bank or they do not have any valid document, in that case FST and SST team or district nodal can take any action for that particular intercepted vehicle.
Okay, sir.
I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Question?
Hello, sir. CEO
Yeah.
Ball. Sir, do we have any demo app? So, just to test.
Okay. So we have already shared this live app to all the states, and the states are aggressively using for testing purpose. There is a no demo version because this data we are not showing in public. So you can download this app. You can use this app. Once election is announced, we will clean all the test data from the database server. So you can download this live application on your mobile app. You can start using, set up their account, onboard these users, and you can start using this mobile app. Hope I answered the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the credentials for the same have been shared without.
See, I am not going to share any credential to you. You have to follow the same onboarding process which I just explained. CEO office onboard all the state nodal officer, state nodal officer has to onboard all the district nodal officers. DO has to onboard all the FSC SSC team, and you can start using this app.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So there is no user creation done from my end, like from the ECI end. We have already created the CEO account for all the states and UT. You can check the cVIGIL portal. All the CEO mobile number has been set up for all the states and UT. You can start using from just after this creating. Any other question? Okay, I will quickly cover this cVIGIL app because this is already used in last Lok Sabha election, and after Lok Sabha election we have used all assembly constituency elections. So I will not cover in detail, but I will give a quick high level overview for this cVIGIL Citizen Act. So basically this app empowers all the citizens of India during Model Code of Conduct to register any MCC violation. So first of all, I would request all the CEO office to spread the awareness for the MCC, like what is MCC and what is the MCC violation, so that all the citizens can use this app and then they can help Election Commission for free, fair and inclusive and inducement free election. So basically, this app empowers all the citizens to violate. So there might be, any free distribution of liquor, any free distribution of cash, or maybe freebies like sarees and all. It's a very common culture in South as well. So distribution of sarees and other freebie gift items. So in that case, anybody, any citizen can capture, like register a complaint using a photo, video, or audio. So this app, we recently redesigned this app. So we have uploaded the latest version, like new version of this cVIGIL Citizen app today. So hopefully by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you will be able to download this live app. However, this app will not work right now. You have to use the training app. A cVIGIL training app is also available. So you can start using, register the complaint, you can test end to end. So this app will be a live app, and this will be, you will be able to use once election is announced, and the model code of conduct is enforced in the states. So this app basically allow register a complaint using picture, audio, and video. So as you all know, this is GIS based auto tracking. So user once while registering a complaint, the system also track the lat log and capture in the system, and using the, some location tracking system, we also capture the lat log, and we also fetch the address for that particular location. So user no need to provide any exact location of the incident location address, we automatically fetch from the lat log. Apart from this, like there is a robust reporting system, and anybody can report any by MCC violations and expenditure violations. And also this app does not allow any pre-recorded images or video using this mobile app. So this is a very critical slide for all the state CO office and DO office. So please, make sure you've gone through this slide very carefully. First of all, like we, as I said, we have already set up account of all the COs. So using one-time mobile number of CO sir or ma'am, you can log in the cVIGIL portal. Then you can create additional CO account, because you cannot take the OTP from the CO sir or ma'am all the time. They are not in office and all the time. So you should create additional CO account. Maybe 2 to 3 accounts you can set up, and based on that you can also enter other CO office team mobile number and OTP. So that's how you can log in. Password option is also there. You can also enter one-time password. After entering the one-time OTP, you can also set the password in the portal. So after once the so CO office has to set up all the DO account for all the districts, and the DO office has to set up the district control center, where there will be a team, at least 2 person with a good configuration laptop and the internet, good internet speed. They have to set up a dedicated 24/7 team for complaint assignment, or for all the districts at the DCC level. Then all the DOs, all the basically DOs has to set up districts, and for all the districts they have to set up all the ACs, and for all ACs they have to set up the FSC SSC team. And again, all the DO has to set up the RO and ARO account for all the PCs as well as the ACs. So this works on the same fashion, like in the same model. So all the complaint will be registered at the AC level, and all the AROs for that respective ACs will be able to take the decision on that registered complaint. So only role of ROPC will be, they will be able to see the report, like how many complaint has been registered for their particular PC and from particular AC, and how many complaint has been disposed, or maybe drop, or maybe escalated. So that's how it works. So set up a CO account, and you can all the DO accounts. DO office can also set up additional DO account if required. And of course, like we requested 3 months back to share the latest SAFE file for all states. So we have received few, but still, if you feel if any delimitation done at the district level or maybe AC level, please report to us. You have to provide the revised SAFE file. So apart from this, like I would also explain the overall process of cVIGIL. It's a very simple and straightforward. So any citizen can download this mobile app, cVIGIL Citizen mobile app from Play Store or App Store, and then they can register a complaint using three mode. First is the picture, second is the video, and third is the audio. So they can, the two option is there. They can register in the mobile app, like as a citizen, I can enter my name, mobile number and OTP, I can register and I can share my details. But if any citizen do not want to disclose his personal identity, in that case, they can register a complaint without login, which is called anonymous. So they can also register a complaint as an anonymous. So once the complaint has been registered by the citizen, district control center DCC team has to assign that complaint to the respective ACs and the respective flying squad team deployed in that particular assembly constituency. So DCC have 5 minutes. They have to assign the case to the 5 minutes to the flying squad team. Flying squad team in next 45 minutes reach to incident location and they have to submit their report to the AROs in case of PC election, because we have a ARO at the AC level and ROPC at the PC level. So basically FST has to submit their report to ARO and ARO has to take the action, drop, dispose and escalate. So drop, if the complaint found incorrect, complaint can be dropped by the ARO. If the complaint found correct, action has been taken. In that case, ARO can dispose that complaint. If the complaint found correct, action has been taken, but it requires further investigation. For example, if 20 lakh cash has been seized by the FST team, in that case, they will call the income tax department. So in such cases, will take some more time than 100 minutes. So in that case, the case will be closed in the cVIGIL, but will be further investigated in the NGSP portal. So that 3 action has to be taken by the ARO, and all the PC level we are providing the ROPC login, and they can all the ROPC can view the report at the PC level. So this is how we have divided 100 minutes. First 5 minutes we are given to the DCC to assign a complaint. Next 15 minutes they have to, all the FST has to reach the incident location. And the next 30 minutes they have to submit their report to AROs. And the AROs has 50 minutes. After reviewing the report, action taken by the flying squad team and the reports here by them, they can review the report, and in the next 50 minutes they can take the action. So again, the action, drop, dispose and escalate. So for the this let me go through the modules. So these are the few modules. So cVIGIL citizen use the mobile app, and the cVIGIL district controller center, they use a dashboard. Monitor app is also available for them. Then the cVIGIL investigator app is available in both the platform, Android and iOS. You can download from Play Store. Apart from, there's a link on the footer of the cVIGIL portal. cVIGIL, go to cvigil.eci.gov.in, and the bottom there's a menu called let me show you. Manual, user manual. In that you can also see the complete links to download all the mobile apps. And the decider app, all the ARO can using web portal, or they can also use the decider app, which is again available in both the platform Google as well as the iOS. So it's if they are traveling, they are on the way, then in that case they can use mobile app, or they can also use the dashboard. And the last one is the monitor, which is used for the DO and CO for monitor the cases. So this is how cVIGIL. So I think that's all for the cVIGIL front. If you have any questions, please let me know. Let me show you the URL of that portal. If you go to cVIGIL, on the user manual link is there. You go here, all the apps link you can open in the mobile app. cVIGIL Citizen app is there, Investigation version is there, Auditor app version is there, Decider app is there, Observer app is also there, Citizen cVIGIL training app is also given, Investigator iOS version is there, Decider app iOS version is there. So please refer this URL from the cVIGIL center.
చాలా మంచి రోజు వసంత పంచమి ఈ రోజు. కేశవ మేడం చూడడానికి ఎప్పుడు వెళ్దాం? శనివారం వెళ్దాం.
Any question from any state for cVIGIL?
Sir, when the cVIGIL will come into the picture of the ESMS, sir?
Which app?
ESMS, when the cVIGIL, what is the interlink, sir? Which case?
Okay. So both are cVIGIL app will be used only for to register a complaint for any MCC violation. It may be free distribution. So basically these complaint will be registered by the citizens, not by the flying squad team or any district nodal officers. First part. Second, ESMS app will be used for all the seizure management system. So if any interception is done, maybe one like any citizen register a complaint for liquor distribution. In that case, DCC will assign that complaint to flying squad team. Flying squad team will reach to the incident location, and then they will intercept the liquor, right? In that case, if they do not have the option like to intercept, they will call the district nodal officers or maybe the excise department district nodal officer, then they will hand over. So in some cases, if the same FST team is acting a role as a FST for cVIGIL and FST for ESMS, then they can take action. Otherwise, both cVIGIL will be complaint will be registered by the citizens. However, for the seizure management system ESMS, only FST team or district nodal will do the interception, or the district nodal during their deployment in the field, they may intercept any vehicle during any naka or any police barricading. They can stop any vehicle and then they can investigate. So that's how both apps are separate. Hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir.
One question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Please go ahead.
sir, can we have the slide for permission module? Sir?
Yeah. For in-core permission, na?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Saurabh is going to cover that permission module after this session.
Okay, sir.
So Saurabh is going to cover complete all the modules of in-core, starting from nomination, permission, voter turnout, and counting part. He will cover all those.
No, permission module for cVIGIL only, sir.
Yeah. You don't worry, because we recently modified permission flow a little bit. So he is going to cover in detail. Don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question on ESMS or cVIGIL part? Okay, if no question, then without this, yeah, please.
Sir, in case of the FST team is same in the both the cases. So will the FST team note down the investigation in investigator as well as ESMS apps? In both they will enter the data.
Yeah. So they have to submit. So if any case has been registered by the citizen and the same team, FST team is acting as a FST for both cVIGIL and ESMS, of course, then they have to submit the report to the ARO, and they will parallelly they will also do the interception entry in the ESMS app.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other question? Anyone? Any state?
Now, Sumoto status by FST or SST is not available in cVIGIL.
Sorry, please come again.
Sir, earlier this Sumoto registration by the FST was available in CVIGIL. But as per the discussion,
Sumoto cVIGIL, right? So that option is still available. So during the field visit, FST can also do a Sumoto, and then they can also register the case, and that case will be bypassed, like no investigation required by the flying squad team, and will go directly to the RO or ARO. Yeah. Hope I answered your question.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please.
From Sikkim, sir. Sir, if, when the 100 minutes timeline is done in cVIGIL, sir, and if it, after that case you said that it will be followed in NGSP, NGRS, sir. So who will be the
No, please note. Only cases which is marked as escalated by the ARO will move to the NGSP automatically.
Okay, sir.
Not the cases which where like 100 minutes is over.
Okay,
that is not the criteria. Please note. Only those cases which is marked by the ARO as a escalated. Escalated, I'm again explaining. Escalated cases are those cases which are found correct and action has been taken but require further investigation. Example भी मैंने आपको दिया था. In case of huge amount of liquor, maybe you intercept 1,000 liquor bottle. In that case, you will call the excise. You will do the FIR. You will call the police department as well. You will take that person to the hand over to the police department. So that will require further investigation. What was the source of that liquor, right? So in that case, those cases will be marked as closed by selecting the escalated by the ARO. But the case will automatically move to the NGSP, and the NGSP portal, the RO will log in the NGSP portal, where they will input the more detail, like FIR detail, person, name of the person to whom like FIR is done, and what action has been taken after FIR, so that you can resolve in later on. But the case will be marked as escalated within 100 minutes in the cVIGIL.
So RO is supposed to follow up, sir, in the NGSP.
Yes, correct.
Okay, sir.
RO or ARO.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope all queries has been answered. If you still have any question, please let me know. Yes. Yeah, please.
I'm from Ranchi, Sikkim. In our state, there is only one district nodal officer for income tax on the site. But when the FSO will intercept certain cash, then we have to call the nodal officer of IT to come and see. So how long can the party will keep waiting? This may not happen within 100 minutes because it's a hilly terrain.
No. Again, I got your point. See, I think you are mixing both cVIGIL and ESMS. Please do not try to mix. In the first case, all the cases which is registered by the citizens has to be disposed in 100 minutes. Okay? But if any FST, SST intercepts something during the field deployment, in that case, they can intercept that item. They will call the concerned authority, for example, in your case, Income Tax Department, District Nodal, and it may take 1 day, it may take 2 days. If you have only one District Nodal for IT, in that case, the person can come on the next day as well. Then you can hand over, FST can hand over to the District Nodal of IT. Then he can take, like he can seize item or he can take the appropriate action on that. So please do not mix both. The seizure ESMS app will be used only for data entry for interception or seizure of cash, liquor, drugs, precious metal, freebies. However, cVIGIL case normally illegal banner or poster, or maybe free distribution of sarees or any. So those cases will come through cVIGIL only.
So, sir, after interception by, let's say, static surveillance or flying squad
Okay.
intercept some cash that is being moved in a vehicle in like
Mhm.
this places, then you think it should be intercepted. Then we'll intercept the goods or the cash only, and we'll let the owner go. So, shouldn't we give a seizure memo?
No.
No, see, if in that case you can also take help from police, local police thana. So normally, based on my experience, maybe the expenditure division will issue the instruction for say. But based on my past experience, normally what happen if any FSD team intercept some freebies or cash, in that case that they person can catch that person, and then they intercept the item, and then they can take the details of that person like address, mobile number, and then you can let him go, and then you can further hand over the item to the district nodal officers, and if required district nodal officer can call that person and he can further investigate. He can ask some supporting document. If the person from that freebies or cash or liquor has been intercepted, if the person has a supporting document, in that case, like this district nodal may also release the amount if required, or maybe he can seize.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Any
similar
question?
doubt, sir. Yes, sir, similar doubt, sir. Like, sir, generally for 50 minutes or 100 minutes time, sir, like to verify the details, to upload the details, to seize the material, to book the FIR, and then to upload the report, sir. If the time given in cVIGIL is 100 minutes, sir. In normal
So
MCC,
again,
when
sir, please understand. I think you are mixing two parts. 100 minute is given only for the cVIGIL cases, which is registered through citizen in the cVIGIL. But ESMS cases, basically these cases are not registered by the citizen. These cases will be, intercepted by the FST SST team during police narca or any, barricading done by the police.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Sir, police also seizing the materials under CRPC 102. So that also should be entered in the ESMS, sir.
can you please repeat?
Sir, under 102 CRPC, police also seizes some materials. So that details also should be entered in the ESMS.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Uh, if we do not have any question, then should we move to the next session, please? Confirm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. I'm handing over to Saurabh. Saurabh, please start.
Thank you, sir. Team, just wait for a while. Actually, we are trying to fix this 500 team member issue. So give me 2 minutes, then after I'll continue this training. Just be on hold.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to cover Encore part as already Santosh sir has covered this cVIGIL and ESMS. So this training I'll be taking in a format that I'll cover a brief part from the PPT so that you can I can set a basic introduction with the relevant module. Then after I'll go through this demo part so that I can make you understand in a better way. So just a moment, let me share my screen. Am I audible?
You are, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speed is not.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me share my screen.
Dorji, Dorji, let him start. हाँ 5 मिनट रख दीजिए, बाद में देखते हैं. आप रिक्वेस्ट कर दीजिएगा प्लीज.
So I hope my screen is also visible to you. So quickly, I will
Yes,
cover
sir.
with this PPT. We have already shared this PPT to all the IT nodals of the CO office. So we have already circulated this PPT to all the CO office. We will quickly go through the introduction part of Encore, then we'll go to the demo part. So as you already, most of the state except Sikkim, I think already gone through this application for their assembly election. As I can see, I think Puducherry has also not used. Except them, Goa, Kerala, and Andhra and Karnataka, they have used this application for their assembly elections. So just let me give a brief. As you all know, all the conduct of election related activity that need to be addressed will be handled by this application only.
Screen is not visible, sir. Screen is not visible.
I think it is visible. Can any SEO office, Karnataka or Goa, can you please confirm?
Yes, visible to Sikkim.
Sir, please verify from your end. I think all the rest of the other participants are able to see my screen. Okay, so we are just talking about the introduction of Encore, which is the short form of enabling communication uh, real-time environment. As the name suggests, every activity related to conduct of election, which is going on in our conduct of election period, that always every time get addressed in the Encore system only. We have, in case of assembly election, the logins of CO, DO, and RO. But in case of parliamentary election, we have one more login of ARO. Now, as you can see from the PPT, what would be the registration? We have already gone through the registration process testing with all the CO office. They have enabled one or two PCs ID through which they are able to identify that how they have to enable the credentials of the officers. So what we will do once election will be announced, we will enable the CO's login from here ECI. Then down to the line CO office will enable the login credentials of DO and ROPC, and ROPC can enable the credentials of AROs. For this activity, what they need to do, each officer level, they have to enter the contact details, email ID, name in the portal so that on the registered email ID and mobile number, a message and link will be sent through which they can activate their account. What they have to do, they have to simply create a password and a PIN for to just access that account. Earlier, what was happening, we were sharing a default ID and password, but this time for secrecy purpose, for more security reasons, we have enabled this module so that user can only create their own ID and password so that no other user can access this. Okay, in case any of the user has missed the mail or not getting verified, so what his senior means upper level officer can do, they have to just re-update the link, re-update the contact details in the portal, so that the link which will be used for generating the password will be resent on the registered email ID. Okay, so in this way, your registration process will be done. We are also planning that we will enable the IDs.
Could you please repeat what you just said?
Okay, what I was saying, that the registration process will be like this. Once election will be announced, we will be enabling the CO's login here from ECI. Then they will register the name, mobile number, and email ID for respective parliamentary constituency and district, so that on the registered email ID and mobile number, they will receive a message and a link to activate their account. Similarly, ROPC what need to do? He need to update the details of the ARO of his assembly constituencies, which are lying under the parliamentary his parliamentary constituency. He need to update the name, mobile number, and email ID of the ARO, so that a link could be sent on their registered email ID to set the password and PIN. In this way, registration process will be done. We are also planning that we will in advance complete this activity, so that once election would be announced, nobody should be in panic. So once we will get approval for that, so we will set up everything. Don't worry about that. We'll do this on time. Hopefully, CO office has already tested this module on the demo portal which we have shared. If we talk about the process, you can see there are multiple modules which are available in this Encore module. Starting from the left to right, you can see candidate nomination, then scrutiny, then affidavit portal, permission module, voter turnout, Encore counting, index card, and expenditure monitoring. These sequence are followed as per the timeline which we have in our election notification. Like you can see, election candidate nomination will be getting activated from the date of budget notification. Similarly, your scrutiny and finalization will get activated on the date of scrutiny and last date of withdrawal. Then after, you can see the affidavit portal is a public domain which gets detail from the candidate nomination module, and it shows the detail of each candidate whose nomination is filed in the system. Then you can see there is election permission which get enabled day one once your election was announced. The moment from here ECI, our honorable commissioner will announce the election, your permission module will get enabled in the system. Similarly, voter turnout is related to your poll day activity, and obviously the election counting is your counting day activity. So we'll go one by one on each module. Last two module, index card and expenditure monitoring system, is your post election activity. So right now we are not going to cover that. We'll separately have training on that. Index card will be taken by the EDMB division. They will take care for this. And for expenditure monitoring, the expenditure division will take care. So right now in this training, we will only cover from 1 to 6. That is from candidate nomination to election counting. If we talk about candidate nomination, earlier we were having single format of nomination, that is the offline nomination. But right now in parliamentary election, in 2019, this online nomination provision was not there. But in 2024, you are going to get this online nomination provision also. That means the candidate can itself digitize their profile in the Suvidha portal, which can be verified by the RO. Then he need not to digitize anything in the system. Like earlier, what was happening in the offline nomination, if we talk in detail, for offline nomination, you just know there would be a basic form with which candidate come to the office of RO to submit his nomination with affidavit and relevant documents. Once he submit the documents and nomination paper to the RO, after the nomination period, means after the 3 p.m., RO or the data entry operator who is under the RO would be digitizing the form which is received at the RO office. he need to digitize the name of the candidate, father name, date of birth, his CA detail, what is the assembly constituency in which his name is like registered, and the address on which he reside. Like these type of information he need to mention in the form. Then after submission, his profile get visible in the public domain. Now, this sorry after submitting the details, his profile get created in the system, but still now his profile is not available in public domain until and unless for each nomination which is digitized in the system, the RO office has uploaded the affidavit which is physically received to the RO office. That profile is not going to be visible in public domain. Okay. Then after, what will happen once you have uploaded the affidavit, that profile would be visible on affidavit portal, KYC, and your voter helpline app. Now there is a possibility one candidate will submit more than one set of nomination to the RO, and it is also might possible the other set which is submitted by the candidate is not from the same political party. But in that case also, what the RO has to do, he need to create profile of the candidate once in the system. For the rest of the other nomination, he need to choose only multiple nomination. Why? Because we after the end of election, we need to prepare multiple reports which are related to the count of candidate and nomination. So that is why we need to keep here. We need to ensure mandatorily that every profile should second, third, and fourth profile should be created by using multiple nomination only. Earlier, we have seen those states who gone through the assembly election. They have faced this issue that by mistake RO has created two new profile for the same candidate. But this time in parliamentary election, we have put a check and validation that if a candidate with same part number, assembly name, state and state name has applied his nomination, then his new profile will be not allowed to be created in the same parliamentary constituency. In other parliamentary constituency, it can be created. Like as you know, by law, it is provision that one candidate can apply nomination in more than one parliamentary constituency. So in other PC, we have allowed to submit same candidate's profile, but in the same PC, one candidate's profile cannot be created twice in the system by using the same epic number details. Okay, so you have to ensure also down to line that RO or the data entry operator who is digitizing the forms in the system, he should use multiple nomination. Now fourth option is if any candidate has submit his counter affidavit, so you have to simply upload the PDF of the counter affidavit which he has submitted to the RO office. Now, this is the procedure of the offline nomination. Now, if we talk about online nomination, as you see, in online nomination, it is a very basic functionality which we have provided to the candidate. He will just create his profile in Suvidha portal, where he just create his profile by using mobile number. After entering mobile number, he will enter the OTP. Then his profile will be created. Then after, what will happen? He need to go for online nomination. Uh, you need to first understand one thing: whatsoever activity will be going to be completed by the candidate, that will be going to be completed in Suvidha portal only. Similarly, RO, ARO, CO office or DO office, whatsoever activity they are performing, they need to complete it and core only. Never ever the returning officer will log into Suvidha portal. Similarly, never the candidate will log into the Encore portal. Never get confused with these two platforms. Okay. your encore is only for the officers, and Suvidha is for political party and the candidates. Now, if we come to the process, it is a very simple process. After creating profile, the candidate will go to apply nomination. He will select the election for which he is applying the nomination. Then he will choose part one and part two accordingly, from which party he is applying the nomination. If he is from the state or national party, he will go for part one. If he is from the RUPP or as an individual candidate, then he will go for part two. Similarly, he'll go for part C where he will provide declaration, then part CA where he will give his court cases detail. So then after he need to upload the affidavit. Why I'm just going so quickly, because I'll go the same thing on the demo part also, that make you understand in a better way. So don't think we are. I'm just completing things very quickly. Okay. So once he will upload the e-affidavit, then he has to submit the form. So before submission of the form, if anything need to be updated, he can update. But after submission of the form, he'll not be update anything. If any type of mistake is there or any data need to be changed, then RO is only allowed to update that detail. After submission of form, the candidate is not allowed to update any detail in the portal. So same provision as the as for RO we have kept. We have also provided provision of multiple nomination to the candidate also, so that he need not to digitize same form in a multiple way, like multiple times. So he can create a duplicate profile of the same which he has created earlier. Now, then after he need to choose a date for physical verification, we have kept a provision that in system candidate can choose three preferable date and time on which he wants to come for physical verification. But I just want to let you confirm that if a candidate has selected, for example, date for physical verification of tomorrow 11 a.m. And you have already accepted, but he didn't came tomorrow, he just came day after tomorrow. That doesn't mean you will deny to accept his form. During the nomination period, if any candidate is coming for physical verification, you have to accept his form. Doesn't depend on this if candidate has applied or opt some different time on the online nomination. Okay. So once you will verify, then you will go for security deposit. As we have already communicated to all the CEO office to kindly share their payment gateway detail to get integrated in the system. So for those state whose payment gateway is integrated with the system, they will get three mode of payment to deposit their security money, uh, like one from challan, second from cash, and third from online mode of transaction. But those state uh, who has not integrated their payment gateway to our system, they will only get two methods. That means for those state also whose payment gateway is not integrated, the candidate can choose the online nomination mode. That doesn't mean if your payment gateway is not integrated, then the uh, contesting candidate or the candidate cannot apply online nomination in your state. They can also apply, but what will happen? They can only opt either of the two option to deposit their security money. That means one from cash, second is from challan. So for example, the candidate has opt for this cash, then he will go for finalization of nomination. So once it is done, his nomination is finalized and can be traced in the whole system. Before finalization, it cannot be traced. So this is the procedure. If we talk about the e-affidavit, you can see it is a very simple process. Similarly, like the nomination form, he need to create his profile. Then after, he need to fill basic details, and then he need to preview and finalize it. Once he will finalize, he'll be able to attach the affidavit, e-affidavit in the system also. Now, few things we need to like I need to highlight with online nomination why it need to be promoted. See, it will be decreasing your responsibility from the nomination part, because there are two basic benefit which need to be highlighted. First thing, like in case of offline nomination, there is a possibility the mandatory field, for example, the date of birth is not mentioned in the form, and you have received the form offline mode. Okay, and once the candidate is gone back after submission, you have identified that date of birth is missing from the form. Then you will call him or ask him to come back, mention your date of birth, and everything was there. But if the same form has come through online nomination, any mandatory field would not be missed in the form, because if candidate will not fill the mandatory part, then system will not let him to submit his nomination. Second thing, as you all know, RO are not going to digitize the form by their own. Obviously, a data entry operator or the assistant of the RO would be digitizing the nomination form in the system. But in case there would be any typo mistake, it became the responsibility of RO to answer that how this particular nomination entry get wrong in the system. He need to provide clarification. Sometimes the situation gets so worse that he need to provide clarification in written also. Uh, so that is why. But in the same case, if the nomination form is came from online nomination, you have the answer that all the data which is there in public domain or on the nomination form, it is filled by the candidate only. Okay, you have not digitized anything, you have only made physical verification of the form. So in this way, it will decrease your responsibility towards this mistakes which are commonly get happen during the election period, because we all know ROs are having hundred of responsibility during the elections. So in this way, when this e-affidavit is over, what you need to understand, e-affidavit doesn't mean they didn't need to get notarized it. Even after filling e-affidavit, they need to take a printout of the e-affidavit on a notary paper, and it need to be notarized from the notary officer. Okay, once it is notarized, then it will be get attached with the even it is applied through e-affidavit, it need to be notarized. So once everything is done, now we are coming to the responsibility of RO, because what we have discussed with the online nomination till now, it is with the candidate and the political party. The only responsibility we have from the RO side is this part, this slide, where first you have to log in. If there is any notification for the physical verification, you need to accept the schedule. Then after, once the political party representative and the candidate would be coming to the RO office for submission of their nomination, then you have to proceed for physical verification. For physical verification, what you need to do, you can search the form of a candidate by just scanning the QR code through the webcam attached on the laptop or any USB camera which is attached with the system. Once you will scan the QR code, you will easily get the form which is filled in the system. Now, might be possible that the QR code which is there on the printout may not be scannable because of poor quality of printer, or just because it got ruptured because of rubbing and all. So there are two other way through which you can identify search the form. Like you can search the candidate form through his name or by mentioning the nomination ID. Okay, so once you will find you locate the nomination form of the candidate in the system, then what you have to do, you need to simply verify the payment. If he made payment through online mode, then he can the same data will be visible on the encore. But if he has opt for cash or challan, then what will happen, you need to physically mark here in the system that cash is received or not. Just a second. In this way, he will be just the arrow will be marking the status of the security deposit. Once it is done, then what arrow need to do? He need to just fill part 4 so that the receipt of the online nomination can be generated, which need to be signed and handed over to the candidate. So this is the only part of the RO side. The moment you will complete the physical verification, what will happen? The form which was there in Suvidha portal, the copy of the same form will get updated in the Encore portal. You need not to digitize his form, nomination form in the system. But after that, you need to upload the affidavit separately because you need to upload the copy of the affidavit which is received physically to the RO. Online nomination doesn't mean that candidate did not need to come to RO office for physical verification. No, even if he has applied his nomination through online nomination, every candidate has to come for physical verification and submission of the document to the RO office. Once physical verification is done, this RO has to scan the PDF of the affidavit which is physically submitted to the RO, and it need to be uploaded in Encore so that same copy can be displayed to in the public domain, and that will be only considered. Whatsoever copy he has attached during online nomination doesn't matter. Please ensure you have to upload the same copy which you have physically received. In this way, your online nomination and offline nomination will be keep going. Now let's just go for demo part so that you will be able to understand in a better way. So just let me refresh the screen. Let me enter RCS. So I've just entered the credential on the demo part. So you can see this is the screen. I hope my demo screen is visible. Any C office can confirm.
Yeah, it is visible, sir.
Visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So you can see I'm just logged into the Encore portal. It is a demo part I am using. So right now we have given a separate URL. You can test on that. Okay. Uh, During live, the same type URL you will get. To get the first menu of candidate, just click over here. Uh, just a moment. So now you can see in my candidate menu, all the options are available for nomination. So I first for the offline nomination, what I need to do, I just click over here on nomination. I need to upload a photograph. So just let me update. Now I have to choose the party name. You can see right now it is showing a dummy party name. So accordingly, only for your state party and national party, your symbol will be coming here. For rest of the other all parties and individual candidate, you will have this 200 number symbol. That means symbol not allotted yet. Then after what you have to do, I just need to enter the name. So I'm just copy pasting the default data. Then just just let me select my district. Then AC in 390, category general, then part 142, 5. Now you can see there is an option of marking criminal antecedent detail as yes or no. So if you will mark it no, the system will won't ask you any document. But if you will mark it as yes, then what will happen? There would be a drop box where you need to attach a document. Here, the document which need to be attached will be the part 5 and part 6 of the affidavit, where the criminal antecedent detail of a candidate will be mentioned. So what you need to do, just attach a document and then submit. ट्रेनिंग में हमने करके करें आप तो now you can see the candidate detail is there. Now you have to submit the affidavit against the candidate whose profile is created. So what I'll do, I'll just update the affidavit, and once you have updated, now you can see the profile is there. Okay, so in this way you need to create the profile. Now it is possible that the same candidate has applied the multiple nomination from other party or the same party. For that, what you have to do, you need to go for this second option, which is multiple nomination. Just click over here. From here drop down, you need to select the name of the candidate, like I can choose mine. Then you have to select the party name, because you know there is a possibility the candidate can choose apply nomination from any other party also. So I have applied the nomination of the same candidate through multiple nomination. Now, what I have to do, I have to upload the affidavit separately for that second nomination also. Okay. So then after, like, this nomination will be considered as complete. So in this way, you can see how this offline nomination is done. Now let's talk about the online nomination, how it will work. So just let me get logged out and let me go to the URL on which I can so this is the separate URL I'm just using. For data entry of a candidate, for live, you will be, sorry, the candidate will be using suvidha.tci.gov.in. So I'm just right now creating profile by using my own mobile number. So once I'll click, I'll get a OTP on my mobile number. So just let me wait for the mobile OTP 6954. So now you can see I have verified my profile. Then after, you can see there would be a page where you need to enter, like you need to apply for nomination. So I'll just click over here, apply nomination. It will ask for which election you want to apply. Like I've just selected general election. Then I'll go for Andhra. Then select the PC Srikakulam.
Sir, is it candidates login or RO login, sir?
It is candidate login. It is online. I'm just filling an online nomination, no? So that is why it is. I'm going through the this candidate part first, so that I can, after submission, show you how we can complete the physical verification. Okay.
So he will
So
file
he
from
will.
Suvidha, and we will calculate the
Candidate
details.
will file this form from the Suvidha. This is what I am showing from the candidate's login right now. I'll let you know what responsibilities are there at RO level once I log in again to RO. Okay. So just you can see my profile is already there. So I have to just mention a dummy name. Just
Sir, one question regarding this page only, sir.
yes.
Sir, can you move to top, sir? Start of the page, sir. Okay, sir. Here, candidate set up by recognized, recognized, not set up. Then both. What is this both, sir? Could not understand this.
So what will happen? There is a possibility that candidate has applied nomination from the just for example, somebody is from Aam Aadmi Party. He is applying nomination from Aam Aadmi Party also, and as an individual candidate also. So in the same, by using the same form, he can apply. Like you can see, once you will select both, you will get a list of 10 proposer here. As by law, if you are applying nomination from recognized party or recognized state party or national party, you need to provide single proposer. Okay, but for the RUPP and individual, you need to provide 10 proposer. So if you are if the candidate is applying nomination as from both the party as an individual also and from any national or state party also, then he can at a time click here for both, so that he need not to again fill any other form. Okay, the same form can be considered for both. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so just I just mentioned this.
Sir, it is like multiple nominations in ROPC login. Is it same, sir?
Sorry.
Sir, it is like multiple nominations in ROPC login.
So
Multiple
I'm not able.
nominations.
Multiple.
Yes,
It is there in
like
multiple
multiple
nomination,
nominations.
but
Yes,
what will happen in RO login, we didn't ask to fill part 1 or part 2. Okay, we only need to fill from RO login the part of the form 2B where basic details of the candidate need to be mentioned. Okay, the proposer detail and all we don't ask from the RO to login, just because we need a basic profile that we are using for counting and to be shown on the result website. Okay, so that is why these things are not getting digitized in that form, but from the candidate side we are taking all these things need to be entered here, so that same can be taken as a printout and can be presented in front of RO during the physical verification. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so just I'll click on save. Now it will ask for part 3. So I'll select my party name and I need to mention the language. Then I'll select save. Then part 3A. So I'm just mentioning some default answer so that minimum fields should be asked so that I can quickly submit this form. Now I'll come on this page where I need to upload an affidavit, as I have already filled an affidavit, so that is why it is coming here in drop down. So once I'll select, you can see my affidavit which I have filled earlier is available here in the drop down. I just verify and I need to upload a notarized copy of this EE affidavit which I have taken as a printout here in the system. Okay, so once I have uploaded, then I'll save. Now it will ask, it will show a preview of the complete form which I have submitted. Then I'll proceed. Now it will say, do you want to confirm? Because once I have clicked over here, okay, then after I'll not be able to edit it. So I'll just click over okay. Now you can see my form is there. Now what you have to do, you need to just click over here, preferable date and time. So I'll choose preferable date and time for 15. So I'll just proceed over here. I'll ask yes. So now you can see my nomination ID is here. My form is okay. Now I'll proceed for payment. So as I can choose for challan and cash only because we didn't configured this online payment gateway for this platform right now. So I'll just opt for cash just by marking tick over here and submit. So once it is submitted, it will ask to finalize the nomination now. Nomination is finalized. Now everything is done from the candidate side. I'll download the form and my downloads. Now you can see on the form, it would be something like this where candidate photograph would be there, name of the candidate is here, there would be a QR code and nomination ID. So just let me go back to the RO login. Now what I'll do, I'll go back. I'll close this one. Now I will log into RO. RO PCS01 E02. Test and now here you can see on the dashboard in request appointment, earlier it was 0, but now it is showing as 1 because I have requested a physical verification date. Now you can see my nomination of Saurav Rai is there for marking appointment. So here you can see of 15 I have requested. I have just selected OK, appointment given. Now it is done. I'll go back to the dashboard.
Sir, one question regarding this, sir.
Yes.
Sir, as you can see on the screen, sir, it's 12, 1 and 2 p.m., sir. Can I have that screen again?
Yes.
So if he is marking appointment, then which day is scheduled, sir? That is not given. And there is no date picker for RO. Actually, he should be getting the date picker option. He wants to schedule at 12, 1 or 2.
Okay, I'll get it done.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Just notification.
Sir, sometimes, sir, like even after they are scheduling, sir, like people, the nomination closes by 3 p.m., but people who are already reported, we will be taking the nomination even after 3 p.m. So it goes till 4, 5 also. So while uploading this form, sir, does it not create any discrepancy, sir? Can we do the data uploading even after 3 p.m. for the same day?
Yes, for offline nomination it is allowed. For offline nomination it is allowed. Okay.
Like because he can schedule the permissions, sir. He can come in offline mode. So will it not create any discrepancy?
So just let me give you one more important thing with this, because what will happen, you need to communicate to all the political parties that if anybody is going to choose online nomination, please communicate them the last date of nomination for online nomination is 1 day before the physical nomination. Okay, because what will happen, in system we close online nomination a day before last date of nomination. The reason is as we have to choose a next date for physical verification. That is why every time while submitting the nomination, if we are going for the last date, we will not going to have any further dates. That is why in system we have kept this provision that a day before last date of nomination we will get it closed. Now if any candidate is complaining that I want to go for online nomination and system is not working, so just instruct him that it is there, last date of nomination is there a day before of last day, in the system, and if you want to submit your nomination it is still there, but you have to submit it offline only. Online nomination provision will not be available on the last day of nomination. Okay. So in this way your physical verification is verified. Now you will go back. Now here you can see your physical verification pending 1. Now sometime RO get confused, like they would be having count here, but no candidate come for physical verification to him. Then he worries and asks query to us that why this is showing pending, everything I have completed. If he has not come, then it should not be coming on in my dashboard. So don't worry about it. This is not going to be reflect anywhere. And one nomination period would be over, we will going to stop this also. But till nomination period, your physical verification, like till during this election period, it will be showing, and it will not going to reflect in any of the report, because until and unless you have completed the physical verification, the form is only there in Suvidha portal's database. It is not coming to the Encore database anyhow. Okay, so just once the candidate would be coming to the RO office for physical verification, what you need to do, just click over physical verification. You can see there is a QR code scanning, and search bar is here. So if you want to scan, you just click over scan QR code, the USB camera, whatsoever it is there, you can use that one. So if you want to see how it works, so just let me open PDF so that I can take the picture of it. So let me just go back to the physical verification page and let me start my camera. So you can see my camera is right now on, and I have taken the QR code picture here on the mobile. So once I have scanned that QR code from my webcam, that form is visible to you. Similarly, if you're not able to scan the uh, this QR code, you can just search candidate by his name. You will just enter two alphabets of the candidate name. You will be able to fill this form. Similarly, if you will enter the nomination ID, you will see the form would be there. Like my nomination ID is 170. So I'll just mention my 17079.